and this is episode 4 of our series in lessons and techniques and reactions. And today I'm going to be specifically reacting to This Woman's Work by Kate Bush, a song that was originally in a late 80s movie called She's Having a Baby, and then was re-recorded for her 1989 album, The Sensual World. And on this channel, this is not your typical reaction to, oh, the technique she's using and oh, this and that. I want to talk about the storytelling in her voice, the characters that Kate Bush is able to embody to really drive home the story. And that means we start with the story of the song. So I've got the lyrics up on the screen, but I'm going to read them out loud, and I'm just going to read them out loud in a very plain way. I'm not going to try to act them or do a dramatic reading. I'm just going to read you the words so you hear the story of the song and you can start to form your own ideas and opinions of what's going on here. Though this song was specifically written for a scene in the movie, Kate Bush got that scene in the movie and she was able to match her song to what was going on in the scene. So there is a very specific story happening here. See if you can pick it up from the words. And then I will play some of the songs and we'll move through it and look at some of the different moods that she creates. So again, this is called This Woman's Work. You may have heard the Kate Bush version. You may have heard Maxwell's version. Other people have covered it as well. And it goes like this. Pray God you can cope. I stand outside this woman's work. This woman's world. Ooh, it's hard on the man. Now his part is over. Now starts the craft of the Father. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all the things I should have said that I never said. All the things we should have done that we never did. All the things I should have given, but I didn't. Oh, darling, make it go away. Make it go away. Give me these moments back. Give them back to me. Give me that little kiss. Give me your hand. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all the things we should have said that were never said, all the things we should have done that we never did, all the things that you needed from me, all the things that you wanted for me, all the things that I should have given, but I didn't. Oh, darling, make it go away. Just make it go away now. Obviously, poetic, a song telling a story. And if you see, we're going to see some of the music video that she shot, which reenacts some aspects of the original movie scene. And in the movie scene, the father, or the father-to-be, is waiting in the waiting room of a hospital while his wife is giving birth to their first child. And he is told that their lives are in danger, that the mother and or the baby might not make it. And there he is in the waiting room with time passing and only his thoughts. And his thoughts are a lot of pain and regret and fear of showing that emotion and thinking about all the things that should have happened and didn't happen and seeming to question, have I given enough? Have I done enough? And maybe I didn't, and now I might not get the chance. So very, very emotional stuff. And I also think, though you may disagree, and I haven't looked this up to see if there's an official line on this, so maybe I'm wrong, but whenever I hear I know you have a little life in you yet. I think there's a play on words there because you're hoping that the wife has life in her, that she can beat this challenge and summon that will to live. But then there's also the little life inside of her that is coming out through the birth. And so I think there's an interesting play on words there. But what I want you to listen for when we talk about performance, delivery, storytelling, characters, we've got characters, and the character here is the father. This is, or the father to be, and this is who is singing this song. And sure, it's Kate Bush singing it, but it's also why Maxwell and other artists who might be male can get away with the song, since that's the character you're playing. Or anybody of any gender can sing this. This is the character you're playing. You are playing this parent to be who is worried about whether or not their spouse and child will make it through the birth process. So let's flip over. This is the music video. So obviously this is not the movie where this was used. This is Kate Bush in 1988, 1989, and the father is played by Tim McInerney, who was a well-known British comedian that some of you will know for the show Blackadder. I'm a huge Blackadder fan, so if you happen to be also, you will recognize Percy. But he does a beautiful acting job in this as the father going through all these emotions. So let's hear where she starts musically, and we'll pause here and there for commentary. As always, I didn't write this song. I don't have the rights to it. Kate Bush has the rights to it, and I'm sure YouTube will make the appropriate payments to the appropriate places. I am solely using these songs, fair usage, for educational purposes to help you think about new ways that you can sing and present yourself. So we've started with the ow kind of sounds, and again, I didn't try to read anything Kate Bush said or other people's interpretations, and I've always thought that these sounds were very interesting because half the time my brain says this is the sound of the woman giving birth, that she might be ow or howling or something, even though it's a soft version of it, but it could also be the man in the waiting room or the spouse partner in the waiting room crying because he's saying I should be crying, but I don't want it to show. So it's someone who is crying and wants to cry but is holding it in. And so it makes sense that if someone is sitting there trying to control their emotions and trying to get a hold of themselves in a difficult situation, that it's not ha 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 hoo hoo. It's not this big high energy, lots of breath, push it out to the back of the room thing. It's this very controlled, oh, I don't know if I want other people to see or hear me cry. I don't know if I want to see or hear me cry. It's so small, but not. It's a statement, and that's the types of performance choices that we're talking about. She's not Broadwaying it out there. She's not going ha ha, and she could, but she's not, because it doesn't make sense for the character she's playing and the feeling of the story that she wants you to hear and you to feel. This is not just a song to hear. This is a song to feel. Let's let it go a little bit. Pray God you can cope. I Okay, so we're continuing with that kind of, I'm going to put in air quotes, low energy, kind of reserved, controlled, smaller sound, almost partially whispered. Pray God you can cope. I stand outside. And very gentle, almost a lullaby, almost so sweetly sung. But again, there's the father character in the waiting room trying to grapple with all these different thoughts and feelings and just praying that the wife can and the baby can make it through. Let's keep going. And again, notice you're listening for the energy, the dynamics, the breath. So dynamics are how loud or soft something is. So is she getting louder? Is she getting softer? She's staying the same. And does that change as she moves through the story? And I think we can also speak a little bit to the instrumentation and the pace of the song. The pace of the song is a slow ballad because this guy is waiting and every second feels like a million years. So it wouldn't make sense for this to be a fast, high energy song. This is not a dance song. It's also not your typical ballad, but this is slow and it's really unraveling slowly because it's unraveling slowly for our character. And we also notice that the instrumentation is sparse. She doesn't have a full band playing. There isn't a horn section. It's her and a piano, and the piano's not constantly playing. The piano is filling in little pieces. That's part of the story too. So now we have a change in a lot of things. We had a change in the instrumentation. More instruments came in there on the I should be crying, but I just can't let it show, which means we seem to be headed somewhere. So notice that more instruments came in and the song seems to be, there's a feeling of adding, and there's more things. There's more thoughts in his head. There's more fear, more concern, and the song is reflecting that. So let me just roll it back just a couple of seconds. Oh, sorry. Let's roll it back a couple of seconds. And again, let's listen to this new section and where she goes with that performance and storytelling. Okay, so hopefully you are feeling this and you're catching all of that storytelling. So that section was kind of increasing in its drama. You know, whatever word we want to use here, we can probably use the word drama. This section is getting more dramatic, and this was the section where she says, or the character says, I should be crying, I can't let it show, I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all the things I should have said that I never said, all the things we should have done that we never did, all the things I should have given and I didn't. Make it go away. And we feel how that for that character, this is building, it's building, it's building, and it starts with the things I should have said, the things we should have done, the things I should have given. This person is going through so many feelings as they wonder if their partner is going to survive this experience. And it kind of lands musically with this kind of low held note where when she says, "Oh, darling, make it go." So let's see if we can roll back a few seconds and hear that part and think about what she's doing there that makes it different and have the power that it has. There's a lot of interesting things going on here, and one of them that I notice is we had a shift from a very soft voice to a little bit more of a belted or shouted or solid voice when she switches from, "I know you have a little life," and on those types of things, and then she's going, "Oh, darling," where she has more of a full voice there, and she says, "Make it go away." But I also notice that she's singing a bit out of tune. She's flat. She's under where the notes should be. Is that a bad thing? No. Is that wrong? No. Is that part of the storytelling? I think so, because Kate Bush is an incredibly accurate singer, and she could sing this completely in tune and really well if she wanted to. I think the out-of-tuneness is to give a sense of emotional honesty, almost a reflection of crying. When we're crying, we don't stay on the same note. We don't go, "Ooh." We don't stay on the same note. We're all over the place. And we're not worried about what note we're hitting. We're just letting it out. And when I hear her going a bit out of tune there, I feel like there is an emotion being delivered to us that we wouldn't get if this were auto-tuned or pitch corrected or just if she really tried to sing it perfectly in air quotes. Let's roll it back again. Listen for that slightly out of tuneness and see if it hits you in a way that kind of helps to tell this story. Make it go away. We're a little flat there. And that's okay because we feel like this person is barely able to hold it together, losing their energy. And that even that choice of going out of tune there, and I would say that is an artistic choice. I don't think Kate Bush does anything by accident, wearing my Wuthering Heights shirt today. That's a choice. And when you hear that, and I hope you will look up this video, I hope you'll look up the whole Sensual World album, which has song after amazing song. I mean, really a song we should do at some point is Deeper Understanding, where here in 1989, she's predicting that people will fall in love with AI and think it's their girlfriend. Woo-hoo-hoo, ahead of your time. So, but today we're talking about this woman's work. Hi, I'm vocal coach Debbie. And that's what I hear from that. What do you hear from that? Put it in the comments. I want to hear if you interpret this differently, because that's the wonderful thing about art. We're hearing similar things, but we don't hear them the same and we don't take them the same. And you might be telling yourself a different story, but the bottom line is you're telling yourself a story. There's something here to interpret because there is depth. So I want to move to later in the song. If we look back at the words, we know that we have another verse. Give me these moments back. Give them back to me. Give me that little kiss. Give me your hand. And we have another kind of pre-chorus of, I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. But then this section returns, and that's where we know we get this building where this character is reflecting on, maybe I haven't been a great husband. Maybe I didn't do everything I could have. I didn't give everything I could have given, and just that broken feeling. So let's try to jump ahead and see if we can find where where the mood shifts again. I'll jump ahead 20, 30 seconds and see if we're in the right place. Okay, so here's that pre-chorus. This time sung by background voices. Or it seems to be, because there's multiple voices now. Let's hold that for a moment. That wasn't the lead singer singing it alone. That was what sounded like 2 or 3 voices, probably just Kate Bush, tracking herself, making a vocal cake, as we sometimes call it. And now it's like a chorus. What does that mean to you? How do you interpret that artistically? I feel like it's more voices in this guy's head telling him these things, but it could be anything. It could be an artistic choice for many reasons. So let's roll it back and then listen to where it goes with the energy, with the delivery, with the dynamic. So how loud or soft this gets. And let's see, the song has about a minute left. So let's listen to this in pieces. Okay, so we had a lot going on there, and I'm also thinking I might need to make this a little louder. So it's hard for me to tell how loud something sounds to you because I have these headphones on. I don't know how you're listening to this. But moving back, as we moved through that section, the pace stayed the same. The song is probably not getting any faster, but it feels like it is because the drama is increasing. And she does that a few different ways. She's changing the energy in her voice. She's not saying, I know you have a little life in you yet. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. We're now moving into more energy where she's using more of the power in her voice, almost like she is crying out. She is yelling to herself, to God, to whoever's listening, and shouting this out. But then also notice the background vocals come in, and they're just singing kind of ah. And it starts with one voice, and then there's 2 voices, and then there's 3 voices, there's more voices, and it's just this kind of ah, of a cry of pain. Ah, ah. Now, again, is that the woman giving birth? Is that the father going through all these emotions? You decide. Art is up. Who can say? You know, maybe Kate Bush has given an interview and has said something. I don't know. I'm going to turn this up a little louder, and I'm going to play that section again, and I want you to notice the change in her energy and the addition of the instruments and the background vocals and how that tells the story and brings more of the dimensions of this character to the story. Let's start it from here. So another interesting thing there is the background singers aren't always singing beautiful, happy chords. There's increasing dissonance in there. And a dissonance, again, if you're not familiar, is just a term that we use when notes don't sound totally right together. They seem to clash or have tension. They want to, we say they want to resolve to something that is more consonant, something that sounds happy together. These notes are dissonant, they clash, they help tell the story of the feelings, and we're using the background vocals. She could have had the piano play that chord, but it's not the same as a choir of Kate Bush's basically going, ah, or whatever notes she's hitting, and just, ah, and putting it out there. Wacky side story. I once sang this at karaoke many years ago, and I had some friends in the audience, and my thought to myself at the time was, I need to tell a story. This song has a story. I'm not a man. I haven't given birth. I don't plan to. But we've all had pain. We've all had loss and fear and grief and what's going to happen next. We've all had that feeling of, I'm not sure I gave enough to that person, and I'm not sure I'm going to get another chance. And so I went up there and I sang it, and I thought about a guy that I had briefly dated where it burned hot and then it got cold real fast. That relationship did not work out. That is not the fantastic person I'm married to now. But that was a very short-lived but very intense, highly dramatic relationship. Not abusive in that sense, but just very dramatic. And there were so many things that he promised me that he decided he wasn't going to bother delivering on. He was just going to walk away. And it hurt me for a very long time. And I thought, I think I can bring that to this song, that it's a parallel pain. It's a somewhat analogous story with, now I'm questioning myself. Did I give enough? Or maybe I'm thinking it from his perspective. Did he give me enough? But it's a story I can tell. And I must have done a decent job because my friends in the audience started crying. And they were like, we don't know what you did there, but we're just crying. And to me, that's the greatest compliment you can get. You know, if the song is funny, the audience should smile or laugh. If the song is painful, the audience should know that and feel that. And I think that's the greatest compliment. So we'll roll it back. We'll hear that section one more time again, and we'll pay very close attention again to what she's doing musically, both with the lead vocal and the background vocals. Because again, if you are going to sing and if you're going to track yourself over and over in your own home studio or somewhere else, these are choices you might be making. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. There's also more space between the lines. I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking. Of all the things we should have said that we never said. All the things we should have done that we never did. All the things that you needed from me. All the things that you want. So you could sing it softly, you could sing it shouty. Either way, give it that intensity. And then she lands it here. Oh, darling, make it go away. So she comes in with the intensity. Oh, darling, make it go away. And it kind of comes back almost to that prayer, to that moment where now I'm unsure. And I let all of this out, and now I'm catching my breath, and make it go away. That's just my simple prayer. You know, we start, the first line of the song is, pray God you can cope. And now we're saying, we're probably still talking to God. Make it go away. Make it go away now. And that's where we land. And then all of a sudden the song's just over. And we're flat again there.
Just make it go away now.
And did you hear that shake in her voice? We'll roll it back. Did you hear when she sings, just make it go away now? Now you could say, well, that sounds like some vibrato. She's putting some vibrato in. Not exactly. To me, that's that storytelling. It's that character. That character barely has any energy left. That character is full of fear and worry and what's going to happen next. Because if we just wanted to put vibrato on that, we could have done, just make it go away now. That's a lovely vibrato, right? But now I'm telling a different story. That's very different if I sing, just make it go away now. It's like, I've got no energy left. I'm done. I'm empty. I barely have the strength to sing this note. Let's roll it back.
Just make it go away now.
Now, in the video and in the movie, we find out that the mother and child are okay. However, if we just go by the song itself, we don't really know what's happened. We kind of talked about that last week with the song Intruder, episode 3, where, okay, the video gives us a clue. The nurse is smiling. She's got her hand on his shoulder. And we know in the movie, the father gets good news as well. But the song doesn't tell us. The song leaves us hanging. Notice where the song goes, and I'm going to turn off the screen so you don't see it.
Just make it go away now.
The music leaves us completely hanging. It doesn't feel resolved. It doesn't have a ta-da kind of ending where we can say, oh yeah, that ended well, everything's just fine. No, we're left wondering, just make it go away now. When I sing that to you, it sounds like, oh, that ended fine. La, la, the end. We're back at the main chord note, tonic 1. Okay, but if you listen to the piano's not playing happy, tonic 1, main chord, however you want to think of it. The piano is playing something that says, there's more to this story, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Listen to the piano again.
Make it go away now.
It's got that an unresolved feeling, and she's and there's a performance choice here. She's holding the same note over the uncertainty of what's beneath her. And there we have the story told in the song, that she's going to hold on as well as she can, as long as she can, despite the uncertainty underneath and around her. That's how I see it. You may see the song differently. Put in the comments. I want to know what you think. But when you are singing this song, and go ahead and practice this song, whether you're whatever gender you are, it doesn't matter. Whether you want to sing it up high, where she's singing it like Maxwell did, and do, oh. And I think that's an interesting opportunity to see, can you sing that with low energy and bring the pain and the worry into it, but keeping it soft. It's not easy. There's a lot to think about there. And my first note wasn't in tune very well. But you know what? I don't care, because it's a character in pain, and that pain is going to be imperfect. And so the singing is going to be imperfect, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to auto-tune it. This doesn't need to sound like Cher singing Believe. And you can think about how you want to deliver it. Do you want to tell a different story? Maybe you want to change something in the story and you want to sing it. Maybe you feel like this person's in a lot more pain and there's parts of this that they want to shout and they don't want to sing it sweetly. They don't want to hold it in. They want to sing. They want to sing, I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. Now that's very different than the choice she's made. She's gone softer with it. You might think, no, this is a plea. This is, you have to make it through. I can't live without you. I don't want to live without you. And I'm going to present it like that, with that energy. Or it could be, I'm in a waiting room. There's other people here. I want to shout this, but I can't. I want to cry, but I shouldn't. I know you have a little life in you yet. It's a soft prayer to whoever is hearing the prayer in your head. So you get to make different choices. Try different things. Play with it. See what sounds interesting to you. See what sounds right to you. What sounds wrong to you. What sounds like a story you want to tell. Can you change the story? What do you want to do with it? And that's your choice as an artist and a singer. You can go with what Kate Bush did, and I usually do, but I just do because it's the story I want to tell. But you might want to tell a different one, and that's great. You know, to me, part of doing a song, covering a song, performing a song is to make it your own. You can reproduce or copy or emulate what the original artist did, and there's total artistic value in that, and you can bring something different to it. And why not? And play with it. Maybe you sing it low. Maybe you don't go, oh. Maybe you start out lower. Oh. Okay, my singing wasn't perfect there. It was sloppy. That's fine. It's also 12:37 in the morning where I live, but it can be, you can say, oh, I didn't like that. I don't think that had enough energy. My note wasn't where I wanted it to be. Maybe I want it to sound more like a sigh. Lots of breath in it. It's just a sigh. That's an artistic choice. I'm telling a story. Maybe I'm telling the same one, maybe a different one. And I'm telling it differently or my own way. Try that yourself. What is that character thinking and going through? What news are they waiting for? What are they reflecting on as they wait to find out what's in their future? And that's for you to deliver in your performance. So wrapping up, I hope you have enjoyed the Vocal Coach Debbie reacts to the performance, the storytelling, the incredible craftsmanship of a great Kate Bush song, one of her many songs that tell stories. We will definitely be hearing more Kate Bush in future episodes, especially I look forward to doing Coffee Home Ground. If you don't know that one, go find it and get to know the story there, because that is one messed up story, and to tell it, Kate Bush even puts on a fake accent. Why not? That's the character she's decided she's doing. So, but nope, that won't be what we're doing this week. Let's take a look at what we're doing next week, and then I will let everybody go. Let's see, quick check. Yes, next week, episode 5, we'll be talking about vibrato. What is vibrato? Do we want it? Do we not want it? How do you produce it? Does auto-tune kill it? If you have vibrato questions, send them in. Go to vocalcoachdebbie.com, find the contact us, send them in. But we're going to talk about vibrato next week. So we'll be shifting away from the song analysis and going back to the to some technique. These are all live streamed without being edited, so I hope you've joined me live or you're watching it later. Everybody be well, sing it how you want to sing it, and I will catch you soon. Thanks. Bye.